All right, guys, we have a lot to get through today. So you need your notes, red formula sheet, and a calculator. Okay. The math isn't necessarily hard today, just a matter of like a lot of calculations happening today. Okay. Oh, you're fine. All right, so example 3, determine how much of a mortgage payment is applied to the principal and to the interest with a fixed rate. So there's two types of loans that you can have. A fixed rate will stay the same interest rate for like all 15 years or all 30 years, however many years you have your loan. Or you can have an adjustable rate, which will start at a certain rate, and then as like things change in the country, and it's called your prime rate, as that changes and fluctuates, your rate changes and fluctuates. So it could drop, it could go up, you just never know. Okay, so those are the two types of loans. First, we're going to look at fixed, where for the entire length of the loan, they're staying the same. Okay, so we're going to have to calculate the monthly mortgage payment. Do we know how to do that? Yes, we do. It's on your, yeah, the lovely huge formula that you guys have on your paper. We've been using that for 2 chapters now. Then we're going to calculate the monthly interest. Look what formula comes back. I equals PRT. You guys wanted to use that formula for everything. Well, you'll be given stuff. You're finding the I. Okay, because every month your mortgage payment, okay, you'll pay your payment every month, and then like so much of it goes towards interest. And in the beginning, most of it does. And then so much of it goes towards the principal to actually pay off that loan. So we're going to look at what's called an amortization table. I think I've mentioned that to you guys before, where it goes through and tells you payment by payment where everything's going. Okay. So the first thing we need to do, though, is find your monthly payment, and then we're going to have to break it down and see how much of that payment is going towards interest, which sadly in the beginning it's a whole lot. So do you remember what P stands for? That's your principal. Or in other words, that's the amount borrowed. You know what, let me change that from borrowed, change that to amount owed. It'll make more sense as we get going through here. All right, what's the R? That is the rate as a percent. And what's the T? That is the time in years. Now, here's where things are going to change a little bit from what we're used to, because I am calculating the monthly interest. So T is always time in years. So if I want 1 month, what's my time always going to be? It's 1/12. So for the purposes of figuring out this for our monthly payments as we're doing this, your time in years is always going to be 1/12 because it's 1 month out of the entire year. Okay? So it's always going to be 1/12. And then you will just subtract the interest that you find when you calculate this from your monthly payment, and then you can tell you how much is interest and how much goes towards principal. All right, so Tammy and Tom have been approved for a $300,000 15-year mortgage with an APR of 5.75%. How much of their first monthly payment will go to principal and interest? Sorry, I forgot when they updated the software, the charts don't print anymore. Crap, sorry. You're going to have to fill this in, sorry. Take a minute, draw on the table. They updated my software for this, and for whatever reason, it prints the first cell in my tables and not the rest of it. Yeah, yep, see it printed the first one. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me that.
Words, not even the box.
Yeah, for whatever reason, when they changed and updated it, that's what prints now. So, go ahead and draw in the rest of that table. Sorry.
It may not be the prettiest box, but it's...
You can come sit on the floor. That's about the best I can do for you. The projector's not on. The projector's not on. Right, but the projector is not on. I don't know what to tell you other than you could sit on the floor. It's about the best I don't know what to tell you, hon. I can't fix anything else besides that. This moving closer doesn't help? So you can never see any day? Can you look at a computer screen? I mean, you can come sit over here and stare at my computer from here. So you take notes every day. Why is today different than any other day? So this whole time, do you have any more classes on a normal daily basis? All right. So if you guys look at the back of your red formula sheet, at the back, at the very top, I have this lovely table there for you. And I've broken down writing inside of there how you find each and every single little piece. Okay? So we have our beginning balance. What's our beginning balance for this one? 300,000. So our beginning balance is 300,000. Monthly payment, what are we going to have to do? The formula. We're going to fill in the formula. Okay, so let's go to our formula sheet. Let's write it in. Let's figure out what it is. So my principal, the rate, so 0.0575 divided by 12. 1 plus the rate again over 12. 12 times. Now, for the t here, do I use the 1 over 12 or do I use actually how many years? You actually use the years here. Okay, for my years, this is 15-year loan. Okay, so we have our lovely formula. If we type all that in, what do we get for a monthly payment? Good. So $2,491.23. That would be our monthly payment. No, you're fine. Anyone not able to get that for your monthly payment? Joanne, you okay? Okay. All right, so the next part is how much of that monthly payment is going towards interest only. So this is the new part that we just talked about. And again, it is on the back of this red paper. Okay, so it's right in there towards interest. That's your I equals PRT. And I even reminded you T is 1 over 12. Okay? So I equals my principal, 300,000. The rate, 0.0575. And then my time, since I'm only trying to find for 1 month, is 1 over 12. So how much goes towards interest only? John? Yeah, it is a big number. Yeah, $1,437.50. Isn't that great? Yeah, you're paying over $2,400, almost $2,500, and $1,437 of that is going towards interest only. It's not even paying off your loan. So then how much of it goes towards principal? How do you find that? You subtract them, right? If this is your monthly payment, this much goes to interest, subtract. And tell me how much goes towards principal then. If you just subtract those, we get $1,053.73. Look at that difference. More of your payment goes towards interest than goes towards your actual paying off that $300,000. Yep. So to find I'll just call it TP towards principal. You just take your monthly payment, $2,491.23, and we subtract off the interest part. Okay, and again, if you look at the back of your red paper, it says it right on there. So right underneath the towards principal, it says monthly payment minus interest. Yep, it's right on there for you. Yeah. Isn't that sick though? Like, ugh. Right. And if I would add the interest and principal together, you're going to get, that's your monthly payment. So here's how much you're paying, and this is how it's split. This part towards principal actually goes to pay off on this amount. This part, the interest, that's just money the bank's making off of you. So now it says my ending balance. Well, my ending balance is, this is how much I owed when I started. I made a payment, and only this much of it went towards paying that off. So how do I find how much my ending balance is? Subtract those. Yeah. And again, on the back of your red paper, it says right in there, beginning balance minus the principal. So I now owe $298,946.27. Now, these tables, this is just for one payment that we filled in. Now, how many payments will this person make? Where'd you get 360? Yeah. It's 15, so it's going to be 180 payments. Yeah, 15 years, 12 payments every year, 180 payments. So when you get a loan from the bank, they will give you an amortization table for every single payment, all 180 of these payments. And it will show you for every payment how it's broken down. Okay, and this is how they're calculating it. Okay, so let's look at the next one. And again, I'm really sorry that those tables didn't print. I'm sorry. The tables or all this math?
No, I'm not that much.
How much of your payments just don't even go to pay off your loan? Yeah. So Celine and Don have been approved for a $110,000 30-year mortgage with an APR of 4.5%. Using the mortgage and interest formula, set up a 2-month amortization table. So now we're going to try to do this for 2 months. It does change things. No, that's not what changes. And I'll show you. All right, so guys, sorry, I have to draw on your tables. And again, can you abbreviate some of this stuff? Yeah, I probably would. For me, beginning balance, I abbreviate on the back of your sheet as BB. This would be monthly payments, MP. I might just use I and P for interest and principal, and then ending balance. As long as you have one of them written on there what it actually is, you should be able to figure out what they are. Plus, it's on your red sheet, so you can see what they are too. All right, and then they also will tell you your payment number. So if I'm starting my amortization table, my payment numbers will be 1 and 2, right? We're going right from the beginning. So this one's a 30-year, so how many payments will they have? They'll have 360 payments for this one. We're only calculating 2. So first thing, beginning balance is how much they owe, $110,000. Monthly payment, we got to go back to that giant formula. All right, so let's go back to our formula, figure out that monthly payment. All right, so there's your giant monthly formula. What did we get for a monthly payment? Did anyone calculate the monthly payment yet? Good. $557.35. All right, so there's my monthly payment. Right, how much goes towards interest? So again, you have to go to your I equals my principal is 110,000. My rate was 4.5%. What's the time? 1 out of 12, because it's just 1 month worth, just 1 month. So how much of my $557 payment goes towards interest? This number's disturbing. Think about that. Look at that. $412.50. I'm only paying $557 a month. $412 of my payment. It's just money that the bank's making off of me. So how much? What? That's exactly it. So no wonder you pay more back in interest than you actually paid for the loan. So how much actually went towards principal then? How do we find that? Just subtract them. Good. 144.85. Yeah. Only $144 went towards paying off that $110,000. That's disturbing. So how do you find your ending balance? Good. You take your beginning balance and you subtract how much went towards principal. So 109,855.15. Now, when we start payment number 2, things change. Monthly payment stays the same. So what happens to my beginning balance? Is it still 110,000? No, my ending balance starts with now my beginning balance. Right? Because now I don't owe 110,000, I owe $109,855.15. Does your monthly payment change from month to month? No, it's going to stay the same. So my monthly payment is still $557.35. That didn't change. Will the amount towards interest change? Good. I have a new principal, so that's going to change. So now I have to go back to this again because my principal's not 110,000 anymore. My principal is now $109,855.15. My rate still 4.5%. Does the time change? No, it's still 1 month worth. So now how much goes towards principal? $411.96. So it's a little better. I mean, not a lot, but it's a little bit better. So a little less towards interest means a little more towards principal, right? So my monthly payment minus the interest, how much goes towards principal? It's a little better. Woo! Not even $1. But yes, a little bit. Every little bit helps. So then to find your new ending balance, take your beginning balance, subtract off how much went towards principal. So $109,709.76. Right? So how are we feeling so far with this? Math-wise, I don't think it's terrible math-wise. It just gets a little tedious. What if I asked you to figure out all 360 payments? Could you do it?
Could, but I won't.
Would I ask you to do that, you think? No, I won't ask you to do it. It's a bit of overkill. If I got real mad at you, that's your whole project for this chapter. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So as you continue on, what happens to the towards interest numbers? And the numbers for towards principal? Goes up. Good. All right. Are we okay? Or can I move on to something slightly different? Okay, so let's bypass 3. Whoa. Let's look at number 4. Yeah, you know what? This may be one you want to just kind of watch me because that's a lot of numbers to fill in. I'm really sorry. I will post these this afternoon on Classroom, so if you want to print them off, you can. Sorry. All right, well, let's just, all eyes up here. We'll just kind of talk through it together. So examine the loan amortization table for the last 5 months of a $500,000 15-year mortgage with an APR of 5.75%. Determine the missing table amounts. Okay, so they're giving us, so it's 15 years. How many payments did we say that was? Be 180 payments. Look at where my table's at. Payment number, it's the end of the loan. Okay? So they give us the beginning balances for the most part. The monthly payments are not there. And then we have how much is towards interest, towards principal, and their ending balances. Can I find the monthly payment without using the formula? How? Yeah. We know that the monthly payment is going to be split in either towards interest or towards principal. So these two numbers together should give you your monthly payment, right? Does that make sense? So our monthly payment, if we would just add those two numbers together, $4,152.05. So that was nice. I didn't actually have to use the big formula. Could you have used the formula? Yeah, if you want to double check yourself, just use the 500,000, 15 years, and your APR. Use your formula, you'd get the same answer. Okay? All right, so then the next thing, do we have this beginning balance here? Where does that come from? Yeah, it's ending balance there. So 16,411.14. What do we know about the monthly payments? They stay the same. Look, I can be lazy. That's the same. All right? If you do this, totally fine. You can be lazy. I know what that means. I mean, some of you, that's going to really bother you, and you're going to write in every box. I get it. But I'm lazy, so that's what I'm doing. All right, so can you find how much goes towards interest here? What do you have to do to find that? Perfect. I know the monthly payment. This is how much went towards principal, so subtract those. So this would be $59.12. Because again, if I add these two together, it should give me that number. Same idea here. Yep. So monthly payment minus this, it's going to give me $4,112.54. Filling in the bottom then. So I know how much I still owe. Monthly payment, I know what that is. But they don't give me either one of these. You're right, my ending balance should be 0. So how do I figure out what these numbers are? What do I have to do there? Find the interest. Yeah, I can calculate the interest. Right? I equals be the 4132.25 times my rate, 0.0575. And what's the time? 1 out of 12. Okay, so we can go right back to that. Find your interest would be 1980. Isn't it nice? The interest is pretty low. So then I take my monthly payment, subtract the interest, which is 4132.25. 4132.25 minus 4132.25. 0. Finally. Brian. The monthly payment's the same? No, it's not a consistent change. Good question, though. Yeah. From the monthly payment. Monthly payment was $41.52. Subtract off the $19.80. And I'm left with $41.32.25. Monthly payment. Not this. This was my balance. My monthly payment is right here. So this is how much I pay my monthly payment. This is interest, so I take this minus this. That's how much went towards principal, which is exactly how much I need to pay off my loan. The interest? No, that's just money the bank's making off of you.
No, the thing is
Yeah.
that we thought that only 1980 for interest, that's so low. Well, that's only after 170.
Yeah, you're right. It's disturbing, isn't it?
They make it look nice.
All right, so questions down here. What does the number in cell A2 represent? Good, that's just the 176th payment. How about the B5? What's B5? Yeah, it's just your beginning balance for that month. D3? D3? Interest for that payment. And then F6. F6, the end of my loan, I paid off my loan. Okay. Yeah. I knew it was my last payment, yeah. So it should have been a 0. Yeah. Yes, only because it was the last payment. Yes, you could. Yep. But if it's not the last payment, you got to use that formula. Okay. Determine how much of a mortgage payment is applied to the principal if you have an extra payment. Right? I think I had mentioned to you guys, like, what my monthly payment is for my mortgage. We pay about $150 more a month than I'm actually supposed to pay. Okay? Why do I do that? Not to get my interest lower, technically. I'm going to pay it off faster. Because what happens to that extra $150 that I pay every month? It goes right onto the principal. So anything extra you pay, interest doesn't come out of that. Anything extra just goes straight off of the principal. So it helps you bring that balance. So which, in essence, will make me pay less interest because I'm bringing that balance down farther. All right, so Lou took out a $300,000 15-year mortgage. I know, with an APR of 7%. You can abbreviate, right? Okay. I know, I'm really sorry that I didn't catch if they didn't print. I really am sorry because it slows us down. I would have to I'll have to recreate all of the boxes on a different, something other than this software. I'll have to, but it's a pain in the butt because I think it's already in here, so I just hit print and it didn't print. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. All right, no. So the first month, he made an extra payment of $400. What was his ending balance at the end of the first month? So just so you can kind of see what happens here. What is the beginning balance? $300,000, because it is my first payment. So I start with the $300,000 that I borrowed. Monthly payment? And so we got to figure that out. So, all right, you guys figure it out. I'll write it up here while you guys figure it out. Takes me longer to write it, I think, than you guys to just type it in your calculator. Perfect. $2,696.48. It's a heck of a monthly payment. Good. Extra payment would be $400. Bless you. Towards interest. How do I find that? Yeah, it's the I equals PRT. So I equals, my principal at this point is still $300,000. My rate, 7%. And my time, 1/12. So how much goes towards interest? $17.50. How do I figure out how much goes towards principal? Subtract them. Perfect. So I take my monthly payment, $26.96.48. We subtract off how much went towards interest, $17.50. But we also are making an extra payment, so we have to add on the $400 as well. Good. All right, so just whenever you're putting the towards principal, if you make an extra payment, that also gets added in right there. Okay, and if you look at your red paper, there's a little note right underneath that column on that table. It says add extra payments here. All right, so then my ending balance, you take your beginning balance and we subtract the towards principal to get the ending balance. So $298,653.52. And so on and so forth. That continues until you finally pay that off. It's beautiful, isn't it? How are we feeling right now with this stuff? Are we doing okay? You feel sick? The amount of money that you will spend in your lifetime? Okay. Next one, again, let's just kind of talk as a class since apparently it didn't print. There's a lot of stuff there. That's right, class discussion. Examine the loan amortization table for the first 5 months of a $210,000 15-year mortgage with an APR of 6%. The borrower paid an extra $100 each month towards the principal. Determine the missing table amounts. All right, so they already have the extra payment in there. So it's going to be similar to what my amortization table looks like because I put an extra like $150 every month on mine. Okay, so monthly payment. Do I have to use the formula? No, how do I find it otherwise?
1,050 plus 810.
Aha, very nice. Because in this towards principal, is this included? Yeah, it is. So we would normally add these two together, but then you got to subtract that extra 100 payment off of there. Okay, so our monthly payment then is $1772.10. All right. So what do we know about my monthly payments? Stays the same. I'm going to be lazy. Feel free to be the same. The teacher just told you to be lazy. All right, do I know this box here? Yep, it's going to be that one over there. Okay. Ending balance, do I know that one? Good, I just got to subtract beginning balance minus towards principal. Helps if I look at the right example, right? $208,351.69. Do I know this one? Yeah, it's just going to be that one. Okay. Towards interest. I could use the PRT thing. Do I have to use the PRT thing? You were right the first time. You should subtract it. Yeah, because you wouldn't add it to your monthly payment. Your payment's broken down into this and this. So take your monthly payment, and we'll just subtract off how much goes towards principal. Subtract off that extra 100 that's sitting in there. So $1,041.76. I took my monthly payment, and I just subtracted off the towards principal, and I subtracted off the extra 100 that was sitting in there. All right. So towards principal, for this box here, how do I find this one? Monthly payment, plus, minus. What am I going to do with this? You're going to subtract it, and then also add the extra 100 onto it. So $834.49. All right, and then same idea for the next box. Right, take your monthly payment, subtract off the interest, subtract off the extra, or add the extra 100 back into this. So $838.67. And then to get the new ending balance, beginning balance minus it is not 0. I mean, that'd be great, but no. I mean, I still owe over $200,000, but you know. All right, but how do we feel about the table like this? Should these ones be easier than the completely blank ones? Yeah, you're just kind of playing around with the numbers. If you're like, oh my God, I cannot remember, could you treat it just like you did the blank ones? Yeah, you can. The numbers should all play out the same. Don't be sick. All right, let's take a break.